So that's the thing about failing exams or passing these exams. That's just what it is.
I think that's very important to just put across. It's not you, it's just a fail.
Yeah, it's just a fail.
Pick yourself up and pay for it again and do it.
And more.
Move on to other things. And if you were to change anything in your qualification journey and even through now where you're at now, what would you change?
As you've said, it's a journey. It can at the time seem so messy. But when you get to the end, and by the way, being an actuary has no end. It's just a qualification let's pin that and then continue. Because I used to feel I should have done them faster. I should have started my exams in campus.
Yeah.
But right now I appreciate my entire journey and it's still continuing. And so what I actually want to do is hopefully get to a point where I can influence systems as opposed to influencing individuals.
Yeah. Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Be the One in 1,000 podcast, which is a podcast by the Actuarial Society that aims to demystify the profession and humanize it as much as possible. With me today is Wangeci Mathenge.
In the flesh.
Welcome to this episode and thank you for agreeing to come to the pod. I will proceed to read your bio and please feel free to add anything I may have left out or anything you'd want us to dig deep into. Yeah? Okay, so very quickly, Wangeci is a qualified actuary and the head of insurance and impact at Inclusivity Solutions. For over a decade, she has been helping insurers and partners design products that work not just on spreadsheets, but in the real lives of the people they are meant to serve. She spends her days proving that actuaries do, in fact, talk to people. Her work spans product design, pricing, partnerships, and business strategy, with a particular passion for inclusive insurance and making insurance simple enough that people actually want to buy it. When she's not building insurance solutions, you'll probably find her behind the wheel of her rusty old Prado, happily heading off the beaten track in search of the next camping spot. That's really lovely.
Yeah.
Welcome to the podcast, Wangeci, and I'm happy to have you today. Then we'll dig into your story.
Yeah.
So when and where do you interact with actuarial science? Yes. How do you get to know about this? Where does it start?
Yeah. Okay. So I think high school. In Form 2, that's when teachers start asking you, what do you want to do? And our school brings this old girls to talk to us about, what they do.
Yeah.
And one of them was studying actuarial science in one of the bigger universities in the States. And all I caught was, I only need to love math.
Well, yeah.
I was like, hey. So that's where it starts. And I actually proceed to drop everything that did not need points for actuarial degree.
So then what do you end up doing?
The very simple things. I drop physics. I keep biology and chemistry and take geography and history. So my life after Form 2 was quite easy.
Yeah. No physics. So
no physics. I did not cry.
We didn't cry. It wasn't that bad.
It was.
Yeah.
So that's where it starts.
So then after this, do you now choose actuarial science? Do you get to do it in campus? How do you get into it?
Yes. I choose it. I miss by a few points. And so what happens is I'm having a discussion with my dad and he's like, well, if we're going to pay for your tuition in university, you will just do medicine. It was a very long discussion, but anyway, I went out and found forms from Nairobi in JKUAT. I filled the forms. JKUAT had an intake in July, which was sooner than Nairobi. And so, I started actuarial science at JKUAT.
Juja boys, yay. JKUAT people. Okay, so how is your experience in campus? Is that where you also start the papers and...
Hey, no. Okay, campus was pretty nice. I loved that there was so much math. A lot of it at the time, even the lecturers didn't look like they fully understood.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so back then we didn't have qualified actuaries to teach. And so it was statisticians. So campus was okay, and I go through it, but I don't start my exams. We used to hear rumors here and there that the guys in Nairobi doing exams.
Yeah.
Juja, we're just there chilling.
Happy to be here. Happy to sit in corpus.
Yeah. But I graduate, and it was always on my mind, you know? So after graduation, I just go right into exams.
Oh, before you start doing any work and anything, you decide, let me now focus on the exams, or is there like a...
Yeah. I didn't look for a job. I just started my exams. I was lucky my parents were willing to pay for it.
Yeah, that was my next question. How are you financing the papers?
Yes, I was financing via my mother and father.
Your parents' man. I am my parents' daughter.
Yes, I'm my parents' daughter. And so I do the first 4 exams.
Which ones were your first papers?
I think at the time there was City 1, and then I did City 7, economics.
Yeah.
It was economics. And then the rest just followed.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long does it... So while you're doing this, you're not job searching, you're completely just locked in to do the papers?
Yes.
How many are you doing per sitting?
I think I did 2 per sitting.
2 per sitting?
Yeah.
So that's 4 every year?
No. You've gone ahead. So I do the first 4 exams, and I get pregnant. And so my journey completely changes, or that side of life pauses.
Yeah.
And baby comes, get married, come we stay.
Life is happening.
And yeah, I'm focused on that for the next 3 years.
3 years. Yeah. So now you've done 2 papers, and then
I've done 4 papers.
4 papers,
Yeah.
then you take a break.
Yeah.
To do life.
To be mom.
Yeah, mom and wife.
Yeah.
And then it's important that you've mentioned that, because also when we had Sheila on the pod, she was keen to share that when life transitions, things transition. Some things have to take a pause, and others have to, continue. So for her, she did the papers, but then there are some aspects in her life where she had to pause. And then now for you, I'm getting that you had to pause on the papers and do life first, then come back to the papers. So how do you get back to actually doing the papers?
So actually, Sheila's journey, I think we were living a similar lives, just separate.
Yeah.
So first, getting back is very hard. Because by this time, so after the baby comes, when he's around 15 months, 16 months, I get a job.
Ooh. Now this is your first job?
First job.
Okay.
So now I'm working, and I want to go back to doing the exams.
And this is why you go in as an underwriter, I believe?
Yes. So I get a job at Trident as an underwriter. And so I'm doing this job, and I start thinking I need to get back to my exams. And so I start with City 4.
You go back to City 4.
City 4, yes. And so what would happen is my work started at 8:30 every day. So what I would do, I used to live in Rocker. So I'd leave Rocker very early and be at my desk by 6:30 latest.
Wow, 6:30, that means you're leaving Rocker at like 5.
I know, it wasn't that bad. So there's usually this window that if you take advantage, it's going to take you 20 minutes.
But if you leave at 5:10...
But if so I would leave at, I think, 10 to 6 or something. Yeah. And so I would read till 8:30 every day, sometimes till 9, if people were late.
Yeah. So then
Every day.
that means your life is becoming every morning you have to schedule time for the papers
Yeah.
and then now get to work.
Mhm.
Even before we get to now this qualification while at work, I want to ask, I hope you'll be kind enough to tell us. As an underwriter, now you've gone in this is your first job, underwriting, you have 4 papers. What is your pay?
My pay? 20,000 shillings.
Gross.
Gross. I think after tax and NHIF, there's a bunch of things. It would come down to 16,000.
With 4 actuarial papers?
With 4 actuarial papers.
Okay.
Yeah. But I feel like the workplace, it's hard when you've taken breaks.
Oh, well, so you are also
So I leave
building now
campus,
from
I do not
scratch.
get a job,
Yeah.
and then I take a break. So by the time I'm starting work, I'm like, what, 4 years behind,
Yeah.
so to speak. Yeah.
Okay, fair. So you're starting from ground up, building
Yes.
from ground up.
Yeah.
Okay, so now within this time that you're trying to get back to do the papers, your parents are still funding it? Ama you're making do with this thinking?
So now what happened? I started at 20, but my salary kept going up.
Yeah.
Let's just say I'm not very bad at what I do.
You are good at what you do.
And so my mom funds my first exam because even my ex now was also just starting his farm.
Okay.
His architectural farm. So we both didn't have money.
Yeah.
So my mom pays for the first exam, but very fast my salary goes to 35K. Okay, so that's money that would be directed towards exams.
Yeah. Okay, so now you now start putting money aside to fund your
but now I'm
qualification.
only doing a paper at a time.
Yeah.
No,
I'm just asking so that we see how the money dynamics are towards the
it's real.
qualification
It's real.
process. Because I mean the papers are also not cheap.
Yeah.
So it's important to know how are we navigating these papers, where are we getting the money to do this.
Yes. So then so what happened around that time, IRA is also pushing insurers to have actuarial departments. So by that time I was doing my second paper while I tried it. I had been moved to start the actuarial department.
Ooh, lovely.
And I had a very good boss who we had a deal. I pass an exam, he refunds.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So as long as you've been able to pay for the exam, you have money for the next paper.
Yes. So you get the money. You pass, you get a refund, you pay for the next time.
Yeah.
Until the last one, then you make money.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So that's how you continue to do a paper a sitting or a paper a year, I believe.
No, 2 papers a year.
So now you start doing 2 every year.
Yeah.
And then how is that journey?
So first it's very hard being a mom. Everything you're working, you need money. When I started the actuarial department or the actuarial work in Trident, I didn't know anything. You can imagine.
And you are the one starting the department.
Yes. And so I was attached to an actuarial firm, Azamara. At the time it was called Alexander Forbes.
Yeah.
And they would train me on what to do. But I wasn't there for long. Also, by the time I'm getting to this point, my salary is at 80K.
Yeah. Now you're making money, we are sleeping.
So after maybe a year and a half, I left Trident.
So quick one, how do you get this Zamara opportunity for them to train you? Is it via your...
No, so Zamara was the appointed actuary for Trident at the time. So they just attached me. It's like second or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to also ask, for you to get to, be attached to start the actuarial department, is it something you ask for? Is it something they spot?
So what happens? I hear about it, and I just go to my boss and tell him, just let me be the person who does that.
Yeah. So you ask for the
And he
opportunity.
tells me, IRA wants people with experience. HC. Then he asks, do you have exams? I'm like, yeah, I have 4. When we started the discussions, I was just about to write CT4.
Yeah.
So, and I'm doing the 5th, and he actually pushed for it.
Yeah. Because you are good at what you do.
So on the narrating side, I'm very good.
Yeah, you are doing your job well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I had to go ask for it.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. So now you're transitioning from Trident. Do you apply for the next job? Do they headhunt?
So still IRA push. The Kenya Orient had just started, Kenya Orient Life.
Yeah.
So at the time, even now, I suppose, maybe not so much. At the time, actuarial skills were key for life insurers, especially because you're looking at risk over a long time. So life companies definitely needed actuaries.
Yeah.
So there was Kenya Orient Life. They used to be upstairs.
Oh, from where you guys were?
Yeah.
So alisema, we panda stairs. Just take a longer.
So they had advertised in the paper, actually. And I applied, and I would just go upstairs for the interview and back. Yeah, and they hired me.
That's nice.
And I can say maybe that's where my journey now properly started.
Within actuarial. Yeah, because now you are not learning on your own. You have people to maybe lean on.
No. We're also starting a fresh department.
So okay.
So the life company is new.
Yeah.
And the department had not existed before.
So now you're founding father here again.
I am founding father and founding mother.
Founding mother. So tell us about that experience.
So now this is where it got very interesting, because Trident is a GI company. And GI, not so much design. So at Kenya Orient now, every day was actuarial work. And I remember I had not planned to do CT5, the first life paper. But now when I got to Kenya Orient Life, I did
Now
CT5.
you have to do CT5.
And because I joined in November, I had to do CT5 before April, when the first quarterlies were due, so that I could do the live quarterlies.
Wow.
So I was doing
marathon.
Yeah, I would go read on a concept.
Nafanya practical.
Then in the evening at home, I would do it on Excel. So I did that till April.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think that helped you get it faster? Did it make it easier for you to do the paper?
I think so, because it wasn't just hearsay anymore. What was it called? It was not even gross premium valuation. It was net premium valuation. So the thing about the exams is they give you the formula.
Yeah.
But they don't give you the Excel models.
Oh. Here we go.
So you Google, how do you create a table that refers to this column and this row, and you build a model.
Yeah.
That's how I did my first NPV model. Yeah.
Okay. So now maybe just to ask another question, you're working, you're doing this paper and doing practicals and whatnot. How is your study pattern? Are you doing it alone with a group? How are you doing getting the study material, that kind of thing? Support group?
I don't know how much trouble this will get us into with FIA. So what would happen is could not afford to buy the material.
Yeah.
And so this would be shared on PDF. Then go to Nairobi downtown and have them printed out. The entire syllabus, including the test papers.
Yeah.
And the question bank. There's a question bank. So what happened, Sheila lived in Rwaka. And one day, we meet in a matatu from town. I'm from work, she's from Zamara. We're going home. And I say hi because I knew her from high school.
Ah, you guys went to the same school?
Yeah.
Hey, what to Alliance?
And so we're just talking. She's like, yeah, she did the actuarial degree. I'm like, me too. She did it in Cape Town.
Yeah.
And I tell her I'm trying to do my exams.
Yeah.
And she was also doing CT4.
Mm-hmm.
So we start revising together. What's she doing CT4? Well, we start revising together.
Okay.
So what would happen? We would plan, like, this Saturday, we need to have finished chapter what to chapter what.
Mhm.
I think there were sections,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly. So that on that Saturday, we do the question bank questions.
Oh, and then you like mark
Together,
together.
yeah.
I think she mentioned that as
Yeah.
well.
So we'd meet in one of our boardrooms,
Mm-hmm.
and then we would just revise
Mm-hmm.
the entire Saturday.
So ideally, you have to commit time as well. That's what I'm getting from this.
It's definitely more than motivation. You have to be deliberate.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So now, how long now you're working? Does it affect your momentum towards the papers? And then also, you're still a mom. So
Yeah.
how are you balancing that dynamic?
Hey, I don't think I balanced it very well. I've had to make up a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You can imagine, I'm still leaving the house while it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
We're working in Upper Hill. By the time I get home in the evening after 5 o'clock, it's dark.
Yeah.
And babies don't sleep late.
I
They don't
mean,
stay up waiting for you.
Yeah.
So I tried. I didn't
Mhm.
balance it very well. What I did, so my company did not have an actuarial study leave policy.
Damn. Okay. So you're balancing with your leave days.
Actually, until I finished my exams, I didn't know how to take leave just for leave.
Yeah, just to rest.
Yeah, so I had a really good boss. He was called Tom.
Mm-hmm.
And what we did, because there was no leave policy,
Mhm.
there was no study policy,
Yeah.
I would use my leave days. So I would take 2 weeks before the exam. Just nice block. Yeah.
Mhm.
So 2 weeks at the start for April and 2 weeks for
September.
It's September.
Yeah, yes. Mhm.
And then he said he will not be able to fund my exams, but
Mhm.
if I pass, he will refund.
Yeah.
And then he paid for membership.
Mm-hmm.
So I did that for, I think, 4 years until I finished my exams.
Oh, so now it was you are back to back up until you finish.
Back to back, back to back, back to back.
Damn, that is a lot
With
of
Sheila.
resilience.
So
Oh yeah,
people-
well,
we were just
tukazane tumalize.
yeah, I was like, no, you can't
Mhm.
stop. It's only towards the end that now we went our separate ways
Mhm.
because I wanted to focus on life
Yeah,
and her she was more GI.
yeah.
So I think the last 3 papers, that's when
Mhm.
we
Now when you're
Parted
specializing,
ways.
everyone is like, let me just do my thing.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So now you're finishing within 4 years of you being at Kenya Orient, right?
Yes.
Just a quick one. What was your favorite paper? Which one do you feel it was a smooth sail?
Honestly, I think it was 87.
57. Okay. But then I think you had done that earlier
Yeah.
on. Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the hardest?
There was CT8,
Mm-hmm.
financial economics.
Yeah.
Financial economics can really show you things. And then the communications paper.
Everyone gets stuck here. Okay. So is it that actuaries have a communication issue?
Yes.
Or really? Zooming in and zooming out. Because also Limo told us he had to do that paper quite a number of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was fortunate that I didn't have to redo it,
Mm-hmm.
but it pushed me.
Mm-hmm.
Because what paper is it even?
I think it should be on. Let me just. Yeah, CA3.
See, oh yeah.
Mm.
So you're coming off lots of math, as in you just have to deal with first principles. They
Mhm.
always lead to somewhere. And suddenly you have a paper that's telling you to write a letter to a policyholder
Yeah.
about something they didn't understand about their policy.
Yeah.
But it was a really good thing. I think where they have put CSC3, that comms paper, is a really good place, because when you go into the specialization side, it's no longer about formula. It's, you have to think stuff through. You have to work out, how we're going to get a solution, etc, etc.
Yeah.
So that paper just, it was hectic.
Was there any point that you had to retake a paper?
Yeah. CT4.
Modeling.
CT4, I got very old notes. So I actually I did CT4 while I was pregnant, and so while I trident, I was actually retaking CT4. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it, at the time, it looked very hard, but I think it was also just my state of mind at the time was not, because now when I did it again, it was okay.
You're like, hapa ndo nilinaswa. How did I?
But it's not one of the easiest papers, but it was okay.
You just did it in one retake and that was it.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the only one you've had to retake.
Yeah.
You're really good at what you do.
So that's the thing about failing exams or passing these exams. That's just what it is. Failing an exam is failing an exam, and nothing else about your skills as an actuary.
Oh yeah, I think that's very important to just put across. It's not you, it's just a fail.
It's just a fail.
Pick yourself up and pay for it again and do it.
And
move on to other things. Okay, fairs. So at this point, you finished your actuarial papers, you're now a qualified actuary. How are things looking at work? Is it getting you promotions? Are you transitioning to other roles?
So no, I'm still leading the department. Problems are getting more and more complex, because I only did that NPV for 1 quarter, and we moved into GPV, gross premium validation. So figuring out new models. Again, I was attached to Zamara, because we also needed to do what's called embedded values. So I needed help with creating those models. But then now from there, we just moved. There were always complicated situations. So stuff was just moving. GPV, kidogo kidogo, we've moved into solvency, into RBC.
You solved one problem, another one.
Kidogo kidogo, IFRS 7. So I enjoyed that I was always being challenged. The other thing I really loved about Kenya Orient was that it was a startup. So there were the products that the company had applied a license for with, but it needed new products to sell. And my boss, Tom, had this strategy around, and this is where my inclusive journey starts, this strategy around inclusive products. So at the time, it wasn't micro as such, just cheaper products, slightly cheaper products. And that's why we started.
So now we start developing inclusive products at this point.
Products that move with people's lives.
That actually, solve actual problems in people's day-to-day. Okay. That's amazing. So now you stay at Kenya Orient. For how many years post-qualification?
So I did my last exam in 2019. I leave in 2020.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So by this time, it was a 5-year strategy. It was a lot of inclusive insurance, and we finished it. My bosses left. And so I also felt that I needed to be fully in the inclusive space.
Yeah. So do you go searching? Do they find you?
Very interesting. I wanted to go to South Africa, and I get a recruiter, and she finds a job with this company in South Africa, and so we apply for the job. So at the time, I had started talking about inclusive insurance on LinkedIn. So when I'm doing this interview, my current boss is like, hey, I saw your posts. Very interesting. And yeah, that's how I joined Inclusivity Solutions.
Oh, wow.
But from Nairobi, because that was mid-COVID.
Okay.
Yeah,
So the company is based in
Cape Town, yeah.
So now, why South Africa? Why did you want it?
I don't know. It felt like that's where all actuaries head. So you qualify, and now you're like, okay, where do I go? Do I go to UK, Ireland? Do I go to South Africa? Just places that have bigger demand. I think that was it. And then you have seasoned actuaries that you'd be working with. And so you'd be focusing on different things.
Okay.
So I think that's what was pushing me there.
So now you transition to inclusive insurance and inclusivity. What's the name I get?
Inclusivity Solutions.
Inclusivity Solutions. I should believe in myself. I had it. Anyway, so what changes?
Hey, so
apart from the money, obviously.
I thought I was doing inclusive insurance. I had not even scratched the surface.
It was at this
what
point,
we were
the
doing,
realization.
yeah, was basically just reducing the premium. But everything else, although we did try to come up with some pretty interesting products, but now the process, the design process changed.
Yeah.
And okay, so at Kenya Orient, we were designing for the mass market. So here, we're working with partners who have an inclusive focus in whatever their area is, and we're trying to give proper insurance to their customers.
Oh.
So you sit with the partner, you understand what they do, how they interact with their customers.
So it's very
the
niche.
various journeys. Yeah. Then you design as per that. And design is not just the product benefits and the pricing and the forecast. It's how are they going to claim?
Yeah.
Are they going to talk to us? How are you going to tell them about the product? And so whatever I was doing at Kenya Orient, now this just got Pro Max.
So end-to-end customer journey.
From start
to end. Wow.
And to even beyond the project going live or product going live.
Okay.
Yeah.
Having been an underwriter.
Yeah.
And now doing this, how does that feel? How's that transition?
So okay. First, being an underwriter I feel has a lot to do with what I do right now.
Yeah.
Because when I was an underwriter, I got to interact with clients a lot, customers. And we'd talk and they would express their frustrations when they're coming for a policy and when they need to do a claim and get their claim paid. But also I got to understand everything, all the processes in underwriting and claims as well.
Yeah.
Both for GI and life, because even when I went to Kenya Orient, I was quite involved in the underwriting. I was into underwriting.
Yeah.
And so what happens when you come to the inclusive side is that you're solving for the various parts of the journey. For when a customer finds out about your product, to when they buy your product, to when they want to ask you questions, when they want to claim. And so having been an underwriter, I had a very good idea of everything that happens.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I think I asked that question so that we see how the whole thing loops back.
Because you don't just price and give benefits and that's
it. You have to think about all the different stages end to end. Okay, lovely. So at this point, which paper do you feel is very what is this question? What do you feel like your knowledge from the papers is actually applying directly to what you're doing?
Yes. We probably need an inclusive paper.
Champion for that.
Inclusive insurance paper. But definitely, because then again, pricing it's the same everywhere. It's likelihood of the risk, the event happening, and how hectic it's going to be, the severity. That is standard. That doesn't change.
Cut across.
Our papers don't focus so much on what customers go through. Maybe ST2, the specialization life. I don't know about the GI side, but not in depth. not to the level of things like embedded insurance. Because what has been done is that we've been trying to make people fit in the insurance world. We're supposed to be fitting into people's lives. So the focus of the exams will be, this is how a life company works, this is how sales happen, this is, as opposed to, no, this is how people live. These are the mechanisms they've had in place this whole time. How can we work with that? Yeah.
Okay, that's a message to the actuaries.
Yes, please. We need an inclusive insurance paper.
Okay. Which paper surprised you with how relevant it became?
ST2 and comms.
Comms. I was gonna say comms for you.
Comms. Okay. So now, when companies were made to have actuarial departments, we needed to communicate to the board.
Yeah.
A board that had not really had that
in-depth knowledge. They don't understand the jargon.
and had not, had those discussions before. So have you ever explained claims to a board member and you need to talk about, you have paid claims, then you have outstanding, and then you have unreported claims that have already happened. So I remember having to make it look like you have this premium and then you have this bucket of claims. And so you're going to have some reported and you've paid, some reported you've not paid, some have not been reported, but all claims that have happened.
Yeah.
And I had to stop using words like IBNR. It really was not necessary.
That one.
It was because we had to do a lot of board trainings.
Now, did you have to do that now into the job, or you're just piggy banking off the knowledge from the paper?
Both. Both. And this was at Kenya Orient. And the board was from a banking background. Very short-term things. Even the GI company, very short-term. So when you come to
lifelong things
get very complicated. But actually, I suspect that's what made me start talking about insurance in simplified terms. Yeah.
Okay, actually, that's my next question. How do you decide to speak about it, to get into the LinkedIn space? Because you're a very vocal voice, thought leader. Follow her on LinkedIn. Yeah.
So I started with what at the time was called microinsurance. But then slowly I realized insurance is very complex. It doesn't need to be very complex. And so the more I talked about it, the more I got questions on insurance concepts. And so the more I did posts.
Okay.
I don't do them as much nowadays.
Why?
There's a fatigue that comes.
Consistency is hard.
Consistency is hard. Yeah. So that's what got me on LinkedIn.
Okay. And has it had its own rewards?
Yeah, like Inclusivity Solutions to start with.
Yeah.
I've gotten to, so there's that process of learning how to communicate teaches you a lot as well.
Yeah.
In your research, you get to learn a lot as well. I have interacted with some very interesting people and met some very interesting people because of talking about insurance.
Yeah.
And especially people not in the insurance world, just people out there, but they feel like there's a connection between my world and their world.
Okay. Lovely. So, any monetary gains from that?
I've done a project or two. Yeah.
So, yes.
Yes.
Content creation works, guys.
Content creation.
If we can say that.
Is that content creation?
Is it not?
I guess it is.
Because it is. I mean, the content you're putting out there, the thought-provoking things that you're saying there, that's actually content. It's just that it's in written form. And
right now is when I'm trying to do thought-provoking things.
Now, then you are sharing insights.
I was just sharing insights.
Giving off you. Anyway, what do you think is the biggest myth about actuaries?
Wow. The biggest myth. that we are very complex people. Is it
Are we
actuaries
not?
or the profession?
Let's do both.
We're not. We're just simple people who have an affinity for math.
It's for numbers.
Yeah.
Okay. And if you were to change anything in your qualification journey and even through now where you are at now, what would you change?
Yeah. So, as you've said, it's a journey. It can at the time seem so messy, but when you get to the end, and by the way, being an actuary has no end. It's just a qualification as a let's pin that and then continue. Is that you then, because I used to feel I should have done them faster. I should have started my exams in campus.
Yeah.
But right now I appreciate my entire journey and it's still continuing. And so what I actually want to do is hopefully get to a point where I can influence systems as opposed to influencing individuals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Are there opportunities that you feel are underexplored by actuaries and more specifically Kenyan actuaries?
Yeah. So first, we're not in banking. But I feel like many of the problems we have in the country can actually be solved by actuaries.
Yeah.
Not actuaries by themselves, but the kind of skill we have, like when we're looking for funds to do our infrastructure, when we cannot estimate how much a project is gonna cost versus the revenue that's gonna come in, it then makes you wonder, but we have actuaries in the country and that's what they do every day, all day long. So I feel we definitely need to play more on the finance side. And by finance side, I feel financing our own projects as Kenya. We have lots of money in pension funds. Life funds hold a lot. And actuaries are actually really good people to see how those can be used to fund our economy and then bring back returns.
More money without borrowing every other day.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Do you feel like there's anything you'd want to add, anything you've left out?
No, but for guys doing exams, first of all, as I said, a fail is just that, it's a fail. You have failed an exam, just take it as a data point. And me being here is, I am not doing actuarial work because I passed all my exams in the way that I did. I'm doing actuarial exams because I'm an actuary in every sense of the word, not just the qualification from FIA or your association. So don't get discouraged and appreciate every part of your journey. And maybe hopefully you get your own version of purpose from your journey.
Okay, thank you very much. Just a last question. You said you were excited about actuarial science from having heard about it from an old girl. Is it what you thought it would be?
It's even better.
Even better? Okay, lovely. Okay. I know I said that was our last question, but you told us about your interesting hobby in your bio. So maybe just briefly tell us what that's about. And yeah, Miss Prado.
Miss Prado, my baby. I love camping. Wild camping.
Okay. Chilling with the zebras.
Yeah, so I do a lot of overlanding, off-roading. Just find somewhere that's very remote. Spend a few days there. Yeah, I love driving off-road as well.
Okay. So actuaries can have some fun activities as well. Actuaries are fun, guys.
Yeah, we're fun.
I think that's all from us today. Thank you very much for joining us and sharing your story. And we hope that this makes another person join the profession or in another person pursue the exams or even finish if you've paused somewhere.
Yes.
And Yeah, and also go for more opportunities, diversify, and get into different spaces. Thank you very much. I'm going to put you on the spot and ask you to nominate someone that you'd want us to have on the podcast. Just like you were nominated.
Oh man, who do I know as an actuary? Asaf. He is the chief actuary at Britam currently. He's done some very complex things while a consultant at EY. He's worked in SA. He can tell us if the market is maturing or in Kenya it's moving in the direction that SA.
Okay. So Asaf, we are coming for you. When you see our email, we'll attach this video. And we are hoping to have you on the podcast so you could share your story. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching this video. If you've gotten to this point, please share with someone in the spaces, share with someone who's trying to start, share with someone who's trying to get more insights about the profession. And let's build the profession that we want. And let's support the ones behind us to get to where we'd want to be and get even better or get to better places than where we have gotten up to this point. Yeah. Thank you very much, Wangeci.